How's everybody doing? This is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you a video that's very controversial. It's been all over social media, all over the internets today. It's been used a lot in conversations about what words are acceptable, what words are not acceptable. And I saw this on a so-called racism watchdog page called All Eyes on UNH. That's a University of New Hampshire. This is where the incident happened, and it was a sorority having a party. The sorority is called Alpha Phi, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put the name of the actual sorority in the box below. But they were having a party, and they were singing along to Kanye West's song called Gold Digger. Now, if you know the song, if you know the chorus, you pretty much already know where this is going. What I'm going to do right now is go ahead and roll that clip so you're able to see them, having a little party, dancing, whatever, and singing along to the song. You're going to hear what they said. After we get done with that, I'm going to come back. I'll give you my 2 cents about it. I'm going to talk about my personal feelings about what they said. I'm going to talk about what they did, in particular, the girls. And I'm going to talk about what words are acceptable, unacceptable when you're talking about music, culture, etc., so on and so forth. So without further ado, go ahead and roll it. Okay, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, I'll give you my point of view from the beginning so you can get it out the way. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not like racial slurs coming from anybody. I don't care if you're black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe. I think that it's all just not good. And the reason why I don't like when whites use it is because I can't tell. Usually I can't tell. Keyword usually. I can't tell if it's in the proper context or if it's like, a racial slur on the slide, and they try to insult you without you really knowing or with you agreeing with it to try and get that satisfaction or to get some kind of thrill out using the word. However, in this case, it's obvious that it's in proper context and nobody can say that it's not. Now, I saw some comments on the actual thread, the original video, saying that, oh, well, you know what the song says. You know that once the word comes up, you can't say it. But I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You have to understand rap music, hip hop music in America is consumed mostly by whites. That's the truth. That's not up for debate. I think somewhere like between 70 to 80% of rap music is purchased by whites in America. OK, so if you're Kanye West and you're a very popular rapper and you have songs that have the N word in it as like part of the chorus and a very popular song, Gold Digger, that's a very popular song. How can especially Kanye be mad when the people that consume his music the most sing along to his own music? It does not make any sense. It's like, okay, how about Kim Kardashian? She's not black. Is it okay for her to sing along to the actual song? Then some would say, oh, because she's not white, then it's okay. You see what I'm saying? Because I remember Jennifer Lopez dropping the M-bomb with Fat Joe back in the day on the song. Right. I remember that. And I'll link to that song in the box below. I remember it was a little bit of a conversation about that, but nobody got triggered about that. It wasn't a big deal because she's Hispanic, even though in reality, she's probably closer to European than anything else. But when she said it because of the whole Hispanic thing, the Lopez name, it was OK. But imagine if somebody like Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Robin, imagine anybody like that using the N-word in a song. It wouldn't go over the same way. So really, it's like something that white people can't say, even though hip hop music is consumed mostly by whites and most of the music has these words in it. It doesn't make any sense. My point of view is if we don't want anybody to use racial slurs, like I'm in that category. I do not want anybody to use racial slurs. OK, so if we want that as a collective, we cannot keep having people like Kanye West go out here and use racial slurs in their music all the time, constantly. And that's part of the reason why I don't listen to rap anymore. I listen to a little bit of rap, but not that much of it. It's because, much of what they say, I'm not really with. The constant vulgarity, the promotion of drug use, the promotion of abusing women in the music, I'm not really with. The mindless nature of some of the music, I'm not really with. And the SJW stuff, I'm not really with that either. I just don't like a lot of what they talk about. And I think that we should put more positive images of ourselves out there if you want to be treated better. Then some would say, oh, well, they don't want the positive images. Well, that's fine. Well, at the end of the day, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to make money or are you trying to push change? If you're somebody that's out there and saying that you want to push change, but at the same time, you're listening to music that has derogatory things to say about blacks. If you are an artist that wants to have change, that you're putting out harmful music, violence, all kind of racial stuff in it. If you want to put that out, you can't at the same time be mad at these girls. These girls are just repeating a song that they enjoy, that mostly white people would enjoy, because that's who's consuming most of the music. It ain't us. I mean, just by the numbers. I mean, we're only about 12.3% of the population. Black folks, it is 12.3 to 12.8% of the population. That's black folks in the USA. Whites are about 65%. So just by the numbers right there, it's unequal. And just because you have mostly black people producing hip hop and rap does not mean that we are the main ones consuming it. That's just not what it is. So let's look at reality and look at it this way. You cannot keep putting this kind of language about ourselves out there if you don't want anybody to use it. It's just like if you're Jewish, there's certain words that you could say towards a Jewish person that would be considered a racial slur. But do you ever hear them saying that? Like, I've not heard any kind of Jewish artists like, Barbara Streisand, like talking about some racial slurs in their music. It would never happen. If you had a Jewish rapper, if he was to drop some kind of racial slur in his music, he might get sued by somebody Jewish. And that's the truth. Okay. They don't do that. So it's kind of a false comparison to talk about other races of people that have racial slurs against them. They don't use it in the kind way. They don't use it in their music, but we do. We do it all the time. So what it creates is like a forbidden fruit type situation where people know that they probably shouldn't say it, but they do to be rebellious. And when you're in college, that's part of the whole thing. A lot of them girls will probably be in there having sex, drinking and everything else, partly because they know that they shouldn't be doing it, and also because they're young and they want to rebel. Now, I'm not trying to equate dropping an M-bomb to, drinking and stuff like that, but I'm saying that's kind of like part of the whole thing. And I think that anybody that enjoys the music should be able to sing along with it. And if we don't want people to sing along with the music that has racial slurs in it, we probably should stop producing it ourselves. It's just that simple, because at the end of the day, it's us doing it. It ain't nobody else. So what do you think? Do you think that these girls should be like expelled from school from singing along to a song? Is that what should happen to these girls? If not, then what should happen? Should it be nothing? Should it be something? Man, you tell me in the box. I want to know. I don't think anything should happen. It ain't that deep. I mean, it's more important things to worry about on campus. You're talking about, the drinking and the drug culture on campus. That's probably a bigger thing than these girls having a party and singing along to a song. More than anything in that video, I would have been examining to see if there was any kind of alcohol bottles around, if anybody was under age 21 and drinking. That should be the most important thing, not these girls singing along to a song. But whatever your thoughts are, positive, negative, if you got triggered by that or whatever it is, let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.